Hi, I'm the Girly Organist, and this is, I suppose, part two of the creation of Dear Genevieve, the chamber opera. So, in our last video, I was telling you a little bit about how it started and the main woman of the moment, Gwendolyn Avril Coleridge Taylor. So today I'm going to tell you a little bit about my actual sort of composition process, because I always find it really interesting to know how people create things. So one of the things that drives me insane as a musician, as a creative, is when people sort of like, I'll be in conversation, but oh, I just did it, as if it's some sort of like mystical thing. Now I suppose there is like a mystical element to it, but you also like sat and wrote something down, or you sat at your keyboard, or like you did something that's quantifiable to someone who doesn't know anything about music really, or the arts. And I just think it's really quite pretentious to be like, oh, it just came from nowhere, and that's not really good enough. And we should be able to explain like how we do in a tangible way, what we do and how we do it in a tangible way to people that want to experience the arts but don't necessarily know how they're created. So my composition process, I don't start at the computer. I start with improvisation. So I go to my organ. I have two organs. I have a digital organ and a pipe organ, one manual, 1864 Walker pipe organ that I built. So I started off with the Walker pipe organ and some sessions on other organs that I like. So sometimes, churches where I've worked, or I just know there's a nice organ, they'll let me go and play occasionally. And I will just record my sort of improvisation session on there. So I'll just be like, oh, let's start with a particular key or scale and maybe a certain rhythm or something, and then just go off there and kind of see what happens. So I have little Zoom recorders. I have two Zooms, and I'll place them in different spots in the church, and I will then kind of capture everything that I sort of do in my improv session. So an equivalent would be like a free write. So maybe someone gave you like a prompt, and then you just kind of did a free write about something, whatever comes into your head, kind of thing. So after doing that, I will then take that home. I don't sort of overthink it. I don't think too much about it. I then take it home and put it into, I use Logic, so I put it into Logic and do some editing and split it down into usually 1 to 2 minute sections, and kind of group them, label them, split them up into different projects. And I might have to do that process like 6 or 7 times in order to get 15 minutes of material that I think, oh, okay, this is working together. So I might have to do that process like 6 or 7, even 10 times sometimes to get all of these like little 1 minute, 2 minute segments of music that I think, oh, that's a good idea. Oh, that's a good idea. Because over time, like, it's not consecutive days. It can be like over weeks or months. Similar ideas will keep coming out, or new things or developments on ideas that I did the first time will come out. And so then I start to kind of work it and go, oh, well, actually I could put that section with this section, and then I kind of build it up from there. So with this, obviously, because it's a chamber opera, it has to include obviously the singing, the story, but then we also I wanted to make an art film. So I'm a big believer in the saying that, if you want the same result, just keep doing the same thing. If you want a different result, you have to do something different. So I really wanted to push the boat out this time and create an art film that kind of goes alongside the chamber opera, as like kind of telling like part of the concept of the story of Gwendolyn, or who is Dear Genevieve, and to kind of have that as a really beautiful piece of work in and of itself, video, with the overture for the chamber opera, as kind of the legacy of it, because I think that, you know, people aren't necessarily going to sit and watch a full 15-20 minute documentary. I've done a few of those on previous projects and they're really great for me to go back and watch, but most people don't sit and watch, you know, a 15-minute, 20-minute video, or want to watch the opera in full. They just want to kind of get the vibe, the concept, and listen to like excerpts, I can't say that word, of it. So I wanted to make an art film that I would have as like a legacy thing, which would be really great for sharing as well, for the project. So that's kind of another section of it. So in my composition process, I've gone and taken all of the little recordings. I've then done some editing, grouped them together, put them into different, you know, different sections. And then I think about, you know, what do I want to add strings? I also play the violin. Do I want to add strings? Do I want to do some layering? Do I need to go and record some more specific sections to fill in any gaps? Do I want to use bells, artifacts? Do I need to record any sort of found sound objects to go in there? And in this one, I actually recorded some of my self singing, as well, because I was like, oh, I want that in the overture. So yeah, and then I build it up. So I keep sort of working back. So it becomes layers upon layers upon layers, and this is kind of my process of creating a composition. It doesn't just come out of nowhere. There is like a really quantifiable process that you could, you know, follow along step by step. If you haven't tried composition before and you are a musician and you're like me and you're like, oh, I don't know how to do that, I don't know how to start, it's a really good way of having a go. So yeah, that's a little bit about my composition process.